Everybody, make sure to subscribe to Retard of Gems.
Guys, come on.
Somebody else is getting muted. Even if I get the wrong fucking
Go ahead,
person,
Curve.
somebody's getting muted. It's probably
Go
going to
ahead.
be
The way I
Pete.
can speak. I've been gasping. Go ahead.
Why are you doing it now, Pete? Seriously, what are we supposed to do with your learning disability? You don't learn any damn lessons whatsoever. We give you chance after chance after chance, and you just continue with the same behavior. This
Okay,
is
can I respond
easily
to that?
controllable stuff, Pete, and I'm not going to chalk it up to any kind of
You're still
medical
talking, are you? Okay, go
type
ahead.
thing.
Okay, yeah, in a real sense,
Right.
man. Come on.
But
Right
listen. I was objecting to Patrick because Patrick was on some sort of fucking height, and he just offended everyone. Everyone who tried to speak, he overtalked them and he shouted them down. So that's what I'm listening, and
And what
that's all.
happened to him? What happened
Like
as
you
a
did.
result of that?
Like you did
I
me.
don't know about that. Yeah.
Like you
He
just
did that
did
to you
me.
also?
Are you complaining about somebody else doing what you do, Pete?
No, I'm not.
fucking
No, I'm not.
ironic.
But you're on the same side. I know there's lots of people trying to get in, but you're all on the same side. I'm a flat earther here. No
When
flat
I'm-
earthers, this place mean nothing. And your
It's
finger,
not
your
that
trigger
you're a
happy
flat
finger
earther, Pete.
curve. Well, one second.
Wait.
Your trigger
Well,
happy
it's
finger
nothing to do
curve
with your
doesn't mean
rank.
nothing at all.
Come on,
You can
guys.
chop me up yeah, go ahead, Dan. Go ahead. Lots of people get in. Go ahead.
Do you think that gives you immunity, Pete? This is to you, Pete, a chance for you to talk. Do you think that gives you immunity? You being a flat earther
No.
means you can do whatever in the hell you fucking want to.
No, I do not.
Okay,
I
then
genuinely
why'd you
do
bring
not.
it up?
Why
What
are you
is your
talking over
point?
me again when I just get one
I'm
word out,
trying to
man?
finish the goddamn question, Pete. You won't
Go
allow
ahead,
it.
Dan. Go ahead.
Don't tell me to go ahead. Shut the fuck up,
Stop
and I
bullying
will
me, you
go
little
ahead.
man. Stop bullying me. Mute me if you want. I
Damn,
don't
go,
give a
Kirk,
fuck.
go.
Shove it up your arse.
I don't know. 2 to 5 minutes, maybe. I don't know. Maybe less. God, he's so fucking stubborn.
You should just keep doing this. He strikes out,
What about you?
5 minutes. Do not send me to the box for a hookie.
Say something about the Nazis.
5 minutes for snitching.
Who did you snitch on?
Person who was talking.
Walking
Yeah,
on eggshells. Don't have people walking on eggshells, please.
Hold on,
Hey,
We're all living
hey,
in
Pete, stop for a second. I need you to be aware. Okay, we're merging right now. You merged right into another vehicle in the travel lane. Okay, I unmuted you.
Come
I
on,
think you were
bud.
still talking. You either that or you saw the unmute as opportunity, a request even for you to just suddenly begin speaking regardless of what's going on in here. Joby, Joby, what are you doing?
What's wrong with you today?
I'll
Drill
show
Sergeant
you
Curve,
what's
sir,
wrong
yes,
with
sir.
me.
Sir,
I
yes, sir.
can't take your Rob. You're next. Stop it. You people think this is fucking funny. Stop.
Yeah, don't be DMing me saying why was I muted, because you all know why. Just stop being arseholes, please.
Anyone
do
who
that,
wanna hear
Jeff.
from
DMs
Kirk.
Jem to ask why they're muted gets blocked.
How about I didn't just to clarify, I didn't mute. I didn't message Jem
Don't
for an
forget to send your
unmute.
friend
So
request
yeah.
to Curved, everybody. Send your
PD.
friend
Curve,
request.
you made your point. Curve, you made your point, but you're not allowing me to respond. Can you just go back to normal manhood as opposed to being in godlike status right now?
Go back to just allowing it to be chaos,
What
Kurt.
are
Come on.
the server rules here?
Do what the mods tell you. How's that? There's a
Yeah.
You
start.
guys don't tell us nothing.
Shut the fuck up.
What the fuck is
Yeah,
going
but you
There's
have to do
instruction.
special things to become a mod
That's
here,
very
Joby.
direct,
Don't you know
very
that?
clear, Joby.
But we have
You
a
can't
rules.
even misunderstand that order, sir.
It's inconsistent.
We have a
We're
rules
trying to be
channel.
intellectual here. We're trying to
Have
reach
you-
the sense of mankind's understanding of the nature of life, the universe, and everything. And you're just talking
Let-
about authority curve.
Let me
It's
translate.
ridiculous.
Pete just said, fuck you, Jem. That's what I heard.
Yeah, I think so.
Did not do that, Gem Panda. I wouldn't be here without you.
But seriously,
But
why do you
can
guys
I just
think
take a defense of myself? I understand that I have a lot to say, and the reason I mention a flat earth is just an opposing point of view. But when I hear loads of ball earthers talking about transgenderism, especially Patrick, who was so rude and ignorant as he talked over the ladies here tonight, what am I going to do? Say nothing? I already heard everything that you pretty much everything that you've got to say before. That's not going to hold
But-
my interest.
Yeah, but what you should have done was shut the fuck up
Jesus Christ!
and
I
let
fucking- I
let those
mentioned the
ladies
word, you
speak for
came back.
themselves. And I wasn't just rude to them. I was rude to those who became rude
Yeah, you're rude
and
to
started
everyone.
insulting. So fuck
You're
you.
lying. You're lying. I didn't insult you. I was just giving my opinion, and you wouldn't
I
stop talking. to
was
me.
I talking to you about you,
I'm
man?
one of the ladies.
I was-
Jesus
I
Christ.
said I
were,
was
man.
rude.
You were.
I was rude
No,
to
you
those
were.
ladies who were rude to me. If that does not involve you,
there
then shut
was
the fuck up.
okay,
we
but at that time there was more to it than that. You did do
Yeah.
more than that. You may have been rude to ladies that were rude to you, but I did hear you. I tried to explain this to you. I don't know if you heard me or not. But
I don't
you
think any
got
of us
this
heard
you
you.
got this thing where you get in this mode and you're just defiant and you're gonna talk regardless, and you tell people, I don't care. I don't care if you mute me, and then you care.
Because
You
I
say
don't.
I don't
I
care
don't.
if I'm talking over you.
Yeah.
You just say you don't care and you do it. You have zero
When
regard.
she's done it.
You're doing it now, Patrick. Let someone fucking finish.
Thank you. Thank you, Curve.
Christ.
Patrick, you're a dickhead.
I'll let you finish, Kurt. That's fine. But the thing is, there's more to it than what you are just describing.
Why do I have to even tell you to let me finish? Why can't you just do it? You're not Pete.
Can
Can
we
we-
stop being crybabies?
Yeah,
Why
let's,
don't we
let's-
just move on and have an
Yeah.
actual conversation about something rather than
That would
rehashing
be
and
great.
bickering? All right, let's do
I
it.
have,
Yeah.
a great,
Move on.
I have a great
But
one.
the
I have a
point
great
was,
conversation to
though,
bring up, Curve.
just one
Hi,
last thing.
Patrick.
The point was,
yeah.
I wasn't being, necessarily rude to Miz. I may have overtalked her right at the end.
this
Cool.
is just
But I wasn't talking to her about her. I
all
was talking
right,
about
Patrick.
the,
We're moving on.
Look, it's recorded. Move on.
Okay, and also, let me just say this. It was more that you were rude to Southern Belle as well.
This
Taking piss out
isn't
of her
moving on. We're moving on.
Okay.
This is why, Patrick. Fuck.
So, do people like
it
pickles on
wasn't
their hot
even
dogs?
me. Fuck you, Jim.
Jesus.
Come on, don't say that on
Right,
his
well,
birthday.
it definitely won't be
Come-
again, at least for the next
Well.
10 minutes.
Oh, sorry. Oh, my goodness. Okay, let me bring up the new topic. And someone posts the Elmo on fire meme in chat. Anyway, Curve,
Hey,
this is
Elmo's
to all
fire.
the room here. This is to all the room to mention this, right? This is very, 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 very significant. Absolutely fundamentally significant. And if anyone's willing to bear with me on this, at least you should give me about a minute or so because I've been muted for so long. Here's the thing. Since April 8th, and I also figured out that April 8th to July 4th, which is 7-4 or 4-7, Patrick talked about 4-7
Just tell
earlier
us
on.
the thing.
88 days. 88 days. But since April 8th, right, I've been paying attention to the clouds for years on end. The clouds have changed. All the clouds have become massive and almost unrecognizable unless you have a sort of a key. Has anyone else noticed this? I'm just asking.
I told
No.
you, didn't I predict this?
But Jam, that's a
Chemtrails.
point of talk. That's a point of chat.
Chemtrails is the conspiracy of 2024. It's the one we're all going to hear about all the time.
No,
Jam,
Jam,
we
this
have
is talking
evidence.
about
We have
chemtrails.
literal evidence and like
Oh, one
CIA,
second,
CIA
please.
documents
One second.
about it. Like what else do
One
you
second,
need?
please. 1 second. This has nothing to do with chemtrails at all. But as you mentioned it,
haven't
Jam, this is
patented-
where. Can someone stop talking when I'm talking? Okay, Gem Panda, this is, as you mentioned it now, this is where Tim Osman, IPS, Infinite Plane Society, reveals his role because he takes the same role or part as you do in explanation for chemtrails. So yeah, that's where he reveals his role. But yeah, I'm not talking about that. The clouds themselves have just become massive. The clouds are massive.
That cloud looks like an elephant. Look.
Well,
And how-
I'm
and
going
you
to say
think-
something to you. Go ahead.
And
Go
do
ahead.
you think this is because of the actions of some person or organization?
No,
What?
I don't.
No.
I'm not
So
being
you think this is
conspiratorial here
natural?
at all. not being conspiratorial here. You sort of you put something on me that I wasn't alluding to, which is the chemtrails. But no, I'm not talking about that. Just the
We'll
clouds
see.
themselves.
We'll see. We haven't got
Hang on
there
one
yet.
second. One second, please. Let me just sum it up then, Jem, in a way you can understand. Everyone can understand. At the
Go on, then.
ground, we have the fucking sky. Okay, I'm not being angry here. I'm just being rushed. We have the ground, we have the sky. These are 2 points of reference, right? We can only see so far along the ground. We can see, greater distance in the sky or greater encompassment. Your whole fucking panorama in the sky has changed in terms of your cloud patterns, your cloud sizes over your own head. Has no one noticed this? Surely someone has noticed this.
Do you think this is a natural occurrence?
Jem, there's nothing natural, bud. Everything is supernatural.
They have videos of them turning off the chemtrails
So
on the airplane.
you don't think that people are involved in this in any way? It's God doing it. Is that
I think it's okay. Let me tell you this briefly. Okay, have you seen the videos which show the major anomalies with the solar eclipse on April 8th? Have you seen the videos at least? You might have your own opinion on what's going on.
No, I
but you've
don't.
seen
I
the
don't think
video.
I have. No.
Jesus, Jem, you're supposed to be up to date, man.
Jem don't know nothing.
Hey, Joby, you've seen the videos, have you? What's your impression of the videos you
Well,
saw
which
showing the anomalies
phenomena?
on April 8th?
Which
you mean like
major
you mean like the
anomaly are
funny?
you talking about?
Yeah, do you mean like the funny fast moving objects people see?
No, I'm talking about the eclipse itself.
Oh, the eclipse. Which
Yeah.
anomaly?
What
Because
about it?
Okay, well, if you haven't seen the videos of people taking, and they were all going, "What the fuck is that?" Because
Can you just give a very, very, very brief description of
come
what
on,
it is that they saw? Any chance of that at all?
it wasn't the moon. The impression was that it wasn't the moon that was causing the eclipse. That's all.
Okay, why did they have that impression?
Okay, because they were filming it and they were looking at it and they saw the deviation from a pre-eclipse to during eclipse to post-eclipse, and it didn't seem like it was the moon that was sort of covering up. There wasn't a fixity. There was also a sort of a point of status where the moon or whatever, the eclipse remained still. You know what I'm saying? So there was a full coverage, but there was no constant motion as should be expected. And if you haven't seen the videos, I mean, what am I supposed to say, man?
Oh, you can just do what you just did and give a brief description of what's in the video. It's not that
I
difficult.
think I have a. Hold on, let me see my phone.
Or even link the video.
Here, I got a video about the eclipse you might be referencing. Let me see if I can find it.
So let's return to this clouds thing. So,
Well, Jem, let me just briefly get in here. Just only to say that someone like David Weiss will say that the cause of the eclipse, on the basis of the evidence presented as he looked at, was it's something behind the sun that was causing the eclipse. And if you haven't seen any of these things, I don't know where to start in that sense.
So what he's saying is the most retarded thing ever. He's saying the thing that's blocking this is the thing that's behind it.
Yes, and he's
How can something behind something block something?
Because you don't know what the something is. You place solidity to all the skylights. David Weiss doesn't.
Right, but
They can't connect things.
if neither of them were solid, I mean, I don't know what. How would that change anything?
Well, I'm glad you know that. Yeah, 1 second, please. I'm glad you know what David Weiss posited anyway, Jem. So you've been keeping up to some date. So
Right.
Right, that's fair enough. But yeah, why would it happen? That involves going into, you have to first start off with being a stationary and a flat, enclosed Earth surface dweller. And also you have to think in terms of, once you're enclosed, now you have to think, and the Earth surface is in motion, you have to think of a singular source to all the skylights. And then you just get interactions between, interference between reflections. That's excellent. Interference between reflections.
Just have to make something up then.
Okay, so you think that since the eclipse happened, it's made the clouds change?
Yes, Jem Panda, this is my own testimony here. Piche, you know me well enough, Jem. And if you knew me true enough, then you'd know that I I have no benefit in bullshitting anyone. Here's my thing. Hey, let me answer this. Since the April the 8th, that's why I mentioned at the start, I've been following the clouds for years. I've been telling you about cloud patterns, repeating cloud. I already know how it worked. I already figured it out via the position of the sun. And I told you this before. All the clouds have become massive. All of them have become absolutely massive and all encompassing in the sky. I tried to figure out for a while, actually come to terms with what's happening now, is because everything has become shit. See, I'm trying to rush. I have to say, everything has become exaggerated. It's like you're blowing up a balloon. So a cloud previously is
I,
just blown up to
Hey,
3 times the size or something.
hey, Pete,
I don't
do you
know.
think
I
that,
don't.
Pete, do you think that happens every springtime?
Yeah, I was
No,
just
it
gonna say
doesn't.
that.
No,
I
it
was like,
doesn't
I
because
don't know.
I've been here. I've been hang on, but no, it doesn't because I've been here for
Okay.
8 years in
Oh,
this forum and beyond, and I've been paying attention to the clouds. Something has changed. I already mentioned it the last time with Orion outside my window, and it became massive. I was wondering what the fuck is after happening there. It's like you had dots on a balloon, Larry, normal size party balloon, and then you suddenly blew it up further, and the dots just expanded apart. But I'm simply asking you the question: have you noticed a difference? Anyone here noticed a difference in the local cloud side in your local sky?
No,
Simple
no,
question.
no, Pete. As a matter of fact,
uh,
I have been paying attention to the clouds, and everything is quite normal.
Well, that's
I'll
yeah,
because
recruit
you
them.
have
I,
you have you have a burker on your head, so you can't see it.
Burker? Burker? What's a
uh,
burker? Larry, you never
Burka,
told me you had a
Burka,
burker on your head.
Burka. No, Pete, like he was saying, like I don't believe anything you're saying is true about what's going on with the clouds. But if you are noticing something different, there is a transition in seasons that's happening. So, it maybe it might have something to do with your perception.
Well, I'm saying to you, it's specifically associated with April 8th and this most anomalous eclipse. And if you haven't noticed it, well, you're not going to, are you? You're just going to say the clouds are
Well,
fucking all arbitrary, Damon.
well,
All you're
it
going to
could just
say.
be a trick.
Was
It could
there?
just be a trick of your mind because during the eclipse, like with the news of the eclipse, you were looking up more, right?
No,
And
I saw
maybe
something.
maybe you're just paying attention more to the sky because people
No, I
were
saw
talking about
something.
looking into the sky, and so now
Oh,
And
no, yeah. No,
no,
that's not
but
true,
Pete,
though. I actually saw
now you
something. Let
no,
me
just
tell
Pete.
you
happen
what I
to notice.
saw.
But
Sorry, Damon. Let
Hey,
me tell you
Pete.
what I saw, bud. Let me
No,
tell
no,
you
wait
one
a minute,
second,
Pete.
Larry. Before
You
you come
said
in, let me tell
something.
Damon what I saw at the time of the eclipse here in Ireland. Jem Panda's true story. The clouds. Oh, I already talked about the clouds forming in rings. So if you think about a ring on your finger and just sort of expand it out the other way, inverted in a sense, that's what I saw the clouds doing on April 8th at about 7 o'clock here in Ireland. So I'm expanding upon the idea that whatever happened on the eclipse, it changed everything. And the clouds now that I look outside, that I recognize for the last 10 years, because I paid particular attention to certain clouds, had
no,
changed
you didn't.
ultimately. Hang on, please. Let me just
Hey,
finish by
Pete.
saying this. Hang on, please. Let me finish by saying this. I didn't recognize them to begin with. I do recognize them now, but they're after blown up to about 3 times their size. I'm telling you. Go ahead. Go ahead.
In the past 10 years, how many eclipses have there been? What makes this one different?
Well, I can't answer
Gotcha.
that in the past 10 years.
Yeah,
What makes this
yeah.
one
There was
different?
nothing.
I've been
Yeah,
paying
there was nothing
attention to the clouds.
unusual.
I've been paying attention to the clouds for 10 years, I would say. And the clouds are all different now. They're all massive. They're all massive.
Well,
You're so
there
full
was
of
nothing
shit.
different. There was nothing different about this eclipse at all. And when you said, "Oh, it appeared to be stationary," well, that's because totality was over 4 minutes long, and during totality, you may not notice any motion. Okay, and you know what? We had totality because the moon's position in orbit makes it slightly larger than the sun, so it takes longer to pass. Now, a couple years prior, there was called an annular eclipse, where the moon passed in front of the sun, but it was at a perigee or an apogee, and was therefore smaller than the sun and didn't fully block the sun. You see, it all works out. Yeah, we got it.
But Larry, this is why you're here for years on end. No one believes your bullshit anymore. You know you have an
Why not?
intricate story
I
involved. With
believe him.
all explanations are offered up, Larry, for every peculiarity. I'm not talking to you in that sense. You know you have an explanation,
Pete,
Larry. You have no
Pete, I've been
questions, though,
driving.
Larry. No questions,
I've
Larry,
Yeah,
lived
though.
in I've
sometimes.
lived in West Texas, Pete, for almost 10 years. All right, I've been driving,
Mm.
for the last like I don't know few hours today. And guess what? There on the eclipse, no change in cloud sizes. Today, no changes in the cloud sizes. They're just nice fucking fluffy clouds that they always are and
they're
always have been
artificial.
and always will be. Shut the fuck up, Joby.
They're
I'm not talking to you. Why is Joby over talking now?
What are you talking about?
No, it's good. Go ahead.
And so you're just saying shit and making shit up. There's
Okay,
no
but that's-
change to the clouds.
Okay, that's you don't need to insult me. I have
You know why
noticed an
he's saying
ultimate
those
change, and
things.
I actually can prove it to you. I'm going to prove something to all of you now. No matter where you're on the earth, I'm going to make I already made it before, and I'm going to prove it to you now. Not now. I'm going to take a picture because I know exactly what you're going to see in your local clouds. I made the statement before that the cloud pattern. Remember Larry and Patrick.
You said
we're
the
on a
clouds
flat
were
Earth. Hang on, please.
substantially
We're on a
bigger.
flat Earth.
So
We're
do
on
you
a
have
flat
a
Earth surface. We're on a
pre-eclipse?
flat Earth.
Just
We're on
let
a
him
flat Earth
finish,
surface, Patrick. We're on
please.
a flat Earth surface, Patrick, and therefore there is a central core expression which is creating the boundary above, which is giving us the ether, which has given us the impression that the clouds formulate too. So I'm going to post you something, not tonight now, maybe tomorrow, the next few days, that I have recognized immediately, and I know you're going to recognize it in America because I've already seen some videos. They weren't paying attention to that, but I said, hang on, I recognize that cloud. I know it's here as well. I'm going to post it for you, and not now, but I'll prove you wrong.
It's the same fucking cloud. Is that what you're saying?
He's saying it's the same cloud. So are you going to be able to prove that the clouds are substantially bigger now after the eclipse than they were before? Because that's your claim.
Yes. Yes.
Look,
Really?
who cares
Yes.
about that?
Yes. And you know what? I'm going to, as a sort of a witness.
So you got pictures of
Can
pre-eclipse.
you stop talking when I'm talking, please? Because that means I have to raise my voice and I can't
Can
hear
you
what you're saying.
shut the fuck up ever?
What are you talking about?
Yeah,
man?
you little tranny fucking American
Come on,
small
man.
fella with
Doing
the-
this, you fucking idiot. Fucking dickhead. Don't bother, Patrick. Don't bother. Just stay in the conversation if you want to
Don't
be in
call
the
people a
conversation.
dickhead, man.
Everybody, make sure to subscribe to Retard of Gems.